Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Ooh, one of my one of my overlays didn't work for a second there. There we go. Fantastic. Hello, interwebs. I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope that this upcoming week's also good. I hope whoever's celebrating whatever that you're having a great time with it. We're going to do our regularly scheduled audio check to make sure that everything comes through, because no matter how many checks I do before stream starts, nothing beats the 30 seconds that we do right at the start for actually knowing if things are working or not. Fantastic. We've got a mic sounds good. So, today we are going to be yep, we got a concurrence as well. Fantastic. We've got agreement and consensus in the chat. I love to see it. All right, so today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Prison Architect. I haven't done anything since the last stream in here, so we're still building up the new segment of cells, as well as dealing with a couple of other issues I noticed on the side here. Oh, nope, okay. When I first logged in, I saw, when I paused things, that it said 5 people were exhausted, and I was like, well, we can probably fix that, considering that our overhead is pretty good. We just have to deal with the cash flow problem right now, because we're still bringing in all these items. We also have a bunch of max sec that we don't have room for. Why do we have max sec here if we don't have room? Okay. It's been a little while. It's been a bit. But that's fine. We'll fix it nonetheless. To be fair, I did set up a very nice foundation here for the start of the prison, so we'll be able to work with this just fine. We've got ourselves our minimum securities. We've got ourselves our medium securities. This is probably going to be another bank of minimums. And then if we want to be smart, we'll put our maximums here. Also set up the classroom somewhere around here, most likely. I want to move it further away from the main door, but too far is reduced. You get diminishing returns. That's the right word. You get diminishing returns if you go too far with it. Oh, so that guy's having a bad day. That's not good. Well, looks like they fixed him, though. Alright. So yeah, we just have to wait a little bit because we need to generate enough money to actually build this, and then once that's done, we need to generate enough money to actually do something beyond that. So it'll just take a little bit of time, but we are nearing 100 prisoners in the prison, nearing max cap. Yeah, you see, our capacity is only in medium and minimum, though, not in maximum. We need a block of maximum cells to manage that. What can we do? We can do another grant. We should be able to do this. So you know what? We'll do a tracker pilot. And they immediately they spent $20,000 on comfy beds? They used all of our grant money? Oh. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's great. I wasn't expecting that to be that expensive. Ouch. Alright, we'll make it work, though. We will make this work for us. And that is why we have the metal detectors at the door. Somebody tried to bring in a shears. You're not cutting through any fences or hurting anybody. No, no. This is medium security. Yep, it is. Yeah, the ones with the punching bags are getting medium security because I didn't want to give punching bags to the maximum security. And I think we just had a tunnel warning, so we're going to do a quick tunnel search. Yep, lots of hidden stuff. I'm not really worried about any of this besides tunnels, though. Can you please find if there's any actual tunnels? I don't really mind if they have a cell phone every now and again, as long as they're not using it to coordinate a frickin' escape. There's the tunnel! Where was it? You know what? We're just gonna do the simplest way to fix this. There it is. And I don't have the money to fix it, but we've detected it, and now they won't utilize those cells. Have we had escapes as a result of that? Only a 50% re-offending rate. Our security is not negative. Our health is negative. I don't... I forget. There's a certain point where we can... Wait, is it in reports? I think it's... Yep, in valuation. No escapes in the last 24 hours. Good. Good. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to fill in the gaps here. If we have limited money, the least we can do is get rid of those stupid access points. And then we'll go in and fill in the other stuff in just a moment. Yeah, I'm aware that we're running low on cash. Thank you, accountant. I was painfully aware of that because we gotta wait to do anything. There, that'll fix most of those tunnel issues, but we still need to deal with the main one, otherwise they'll just branch back to it. It's a lot less effort if they don't need to dig the entire route, which will incentivize them to do it more. How's it going? How's it going, user? That's a construction worker, okay. I was gonna say, nobody should be back in that area unless they're doing work. How much am I gonna need in total? About $1,000. Alright. We gotta wait for $1,000. Yeah, it's been a while. Jordan, the man, the myth, the legend, is here, in fact. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take the opportunity then, since we're talking about it. Everybody go subscribe to Jordan Plays 158. Best developer in the galaxy, in the known universe. He deserves the appreciation and more. Can we just... Every single time we make any amount of money, it's just being pulled to make that new cell block. So we're just going to have to wait. Not in the whole universe, Jordan. See? The chat is still in concurrence. There is still an agreement that the chat... You see? It's perfect. We don't need any kind of debate in the chat. Everybody agrees, Jordan. You've been outnumbered. Instead of all those memes, mods, crush him, kind of thing, it's mods, show him some love. Yeah, you think, user, you think. We have money problems because we're building a massive new cell block. And for some reason, when I get those kinds of cost estimates, the game's like, yeah, it'll cost this much, and then it costs 4 times as much. So, you know, just like real construction, everything goes over budget. We'll be fine, though, because the number up here is still positive. We're still positive cash flow 8 grand a day. It might take a couple days to correct things, but we will get out from under the hole because we are net positive cash flow. I also don't know, why do we have more cells now? Are these cells being defined as shared capacity? Oh no, they're being defined as shared capacity cells. We need to fix that. Get out. Get out. Leave. That area isn't completed yet. We don't need the most dangerous prisoners in the prison being right next to a incomplete wall and a single fence. That is a terrible plan. Yeah, go all back to the holding cells. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry, not sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have done such heinous crimes. What did you even... You know what? Let's find out what they did while we wait. What did you do? You spent your whole life to realize all the people... He spent the whole life to realize all people in the world is good for, nothing to live in this... What is that sentence? See, this one makes sense. Born in Canada, late in the year 1995, he grew up disliking everything that wasn't burning. Soon, everything was burning. The burnt room... Oh, yep. Sleeping. Oh, yeah. Okay. See, this guy's... Why is he in here for carjacking? It sounds like he did worse. Multiple crimes. Yeah, see, this one... And he did a perjury. Perjury, bad. Yeah, clearly they have very good literacy. Yeah, then this is the same guy. A notorious criminal... committing crimes your entire life. Over the years, you notoriously increased every perpetuated crime, even more dastardly than the last. And he's been sentenced for 14 years for trafficking. Probably coke. Coke Zero, if I had to take a guess. We burned a half of a day doing that, and the money's still just nothing. No money. You know what, we're just gonna, every time we get this, we're just gonna do it piece by piece. We'll just slowly deal with the problem. Every $70 is three more spaces filled back in. There we go. See, that was a big one. Now we just need to keep going. Yup. We'll whittle it back. And then once we've got that whittled back, all we need to do is just wait for money to recoup. And it will recoup. But not only are we making the positive, but once those cells are done, we'll be able to bring in so many people that will immediately make back the cost of the new wing. Or should. If it doesn't, we'll figure out other alternatives. But on the bright side, we've nearly got the tunnel all the way outside the middle fence. And then we just have to deal with the section of tunnel that's out even further. Boom. Good stuff. Now only these two cells are at risk of trying to connect. Until they dig another mile of tunnel. I mean, you're right. One of the ways we disincentivize that, though, is that we're going to purchase this land and we'll have a big buffer area. We'll have guard towers that will just shoot anybody who tries to run away from the fences. And that will solve a lot of the problems. And I nearly had 4 tiles worth there, but didn't pause at the right time. It be what it be. It's alright. Why aren't we selling any units of power back to the grid? We have the thing. Oh, it's because our batteries aren't fully charged. I disconnected it while our batteries recharged. That's fair. We gotta get them all the way back up so that the building doesn't face huge issues if the wind stops for a little bit. So we'll hold off, because I was gonna say, giving something back would be another great way of handling those problems. Slowly but surely whittling the tunnel back. How much more of this is left? Like, seriously, we must have spent multiple days on just this section here. How it can't be that expensive. I thought the quote was like 40k or 30k. We must have sunk at least 80 in at this point, unless my math is absolutely terrible. No way through it besides through it, though. So we will do what we can. Eventually, I'll probably turn this into a library, because we've already got the mailroom. Or yeah, this is the mailroom, right? I think it is. The title's covered, but I'm near certain that's the mailroom. I'm aware we're running low on cash, Miss Accountant. We've been running low on cash for over a week now. I don't know why I keep on thinking escape is going to help. It's not going to help. We've got almost everything we need from the research, which is good. Wait, somebody died? What? What happened? I don't see it in the report. I mean, of course the accountant isn't fond of me. I'm riding by the seat of my pants with $70 in the entire prison's bank account. She has every right to be mildly upset with my behavior. That is well deserved. It doesn't mean I'm not going to succeed. It just means she has every right to be upset about it. Oh no, a screwdriver? How will we ever recover? Wait, is there a legendary prisoner available to us? Yes, there is. So, if we get the tracking belts and we set up a good high security area, it might be in our best interest to bring in that legendary just because of the amount of money that they will provide. I'm not going to lie. In my experience, they don't last very long. But, in the time they are around, they're worth something. It's just they tend to get into fights, and eventually those fights overboil. Yeah. Proceeds to spend it all. Yes, of course. You got to spend money to make money. You haven't heard that adage? $20 at a time. We're going to get there. Hey, we can do 4 right there. $80. We're going to end up with $1 in the bank. This seems very economically viable. I see nothing wrong with this plan. Boom. I told y'all we would just whittle down the tunnel. We did. We've got very few segments left. 2 more, and then we'll just redivert all of the funding back to working on the new building. Because once that new building's open, we'll be set. We'll be fine. It's one of those big jumps where we have to invest a lot of money and take it on the nose for a minute, but in exchange, we get so many problems solved. Nothing will go wrong with running a prison on a single dollar. That's totally fine and 100% viable. Especially as our stress levels increase. Why is everybody angry? Hygiene needs, freedom needs. And there goes the hygiene needs. Boom, plummeting. It was because it was right before shower time. Everybody was feeling a little gross. But no problems, no riot, no issues. No thank you. We just gotta wait for this to be finished. And I think we're pretty darn close. I can't really tell, because the blueprint... I wish the blueprint would go away when you got an area done. If something's already placed down in that tile, it should go away. I get that it's trying to give me a whole overlay, but if it gave me an actual sign of progress, that would be much more helpful. Another person... Why are people going down? What is happening? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just something I have to deal with until I get a nice common room big enough to host clinics. Well, actually, can we deal with that? Let me look here. Policy... What is it? Programs, that's right. We're going to deal with this. Edit the schedule. Is everybody available at 7 p.m.? Is that why they're doing that? Yep. Okay. Everybody's available at 7 p.m., so we'll provide treatment at that time. There are a lot of buttons and menus. Don't worry about it. You just need to watch the actual prison itself. All the other stuff is just upper management. It's administration, you know? I have to set programs and schedules for stuff. Like, if I want to treat drug addiction, I have to have an infirmary available, set a time slot for it in the day, and make sure that all the prisoners are available to show up at that time. Because I have to pay for that program out of pocket. But it should help deal with the issue we're currently seeing. I really just want this to be done. I kind of regret putting this in and then not taking the time to let it be built. Because if I had let it be built, we could have just come in here and been like, bam, done. It's done. Movie magic. And then again, with my proclivity for videos, that kind of just is how I like to do a lot of things. I like to cut out a lot of the fluff. I only make the video as long as it really needs to be to make sure that it's following the storyline, you know? Like, I can't chop things up until it's like, oh, this happened. And then 3 hours later, this happened. But a lot of the time, I can chop out a lot of stuff. That court case that I posted last week, Mr. Wagon's trial, and the one before that, both of those were over 3 hours apiece. Both of the video components that held them were less than like 20 minutes apiece. So I really like doing that kind of movie magic. We've got another escape. Tunnel search. We really need to get that border further out. We need to set up multiple fences, and we need to set up methods for catching. But in order to do that, we need the money. We need money. We need a lot of money. They haven't found the tunnel yet? That's not good. Okay, then. We'll do it this way. If we fill the hole that they came out of, then it will show us. Yep. It will show us where they came from. Oh my god. We just did a tunnel search. How did you all miss this? Are you incompetent? I think so. We just did a tunnel search. God. And that's a long one. And it's connected to multiple cells. Hooray. You didn't get to escape, though, jerk. Yeah, go to solitary. They didn't let their guy know that they were running, so he got left holding the bag. Bet he feels bad right about now. Alright, we're just gonna let money recoup here. We need to let money recoup here. Ingredients and punching bag, huh? You know, user, you were damn right. They did just make another mile of tunnels. They'll keep doing it, too, until we make it less beneficial. And even then, some of them will still get the bright idea that that's the move. The way that we'll fix it is, like I said, by creating a very long, empty, open area, and then we'll put sniper towers around the main fence wall. And then if anybody pops out of holes, they'll be hopefully incapacitated, but otherwise they will be obliterated. Because I would rather have somebody go down than escape. Especially when it comes to, like, the really bad criminals. The game measures it all the same way, but to me, letting one of these guys back out after an escape is much worse than letting a minimum security out. I don't think a money launderer is going to go out and hurt anybody, generally. The person in here for murder, definitely going to go hurt somebody if they get out. I mean, then again, I'm talking about a bunch of bits and bytes. If we're talking about real people, it gets way more nuanced. But we're not. We're talking about a bunch of little 8-bit icons. I have seen both the film and read the book, Holes. I mean, we're not searching for any treasure, I promise you. The only treasure we're gonna make is the money we make from all the prisoners. Which we will then reinvest into the prison, because this ain't real life where you just siphon that money off and then, you know, use it to buy a really nice house. Which I'm grateful for, because if that was the end run of this game, I probably wouldn't play it. How much further away are we? How many more punching bags are necessary? Oh, there seems to be a lot. And a lot of windows. Fantastic. Our profit has gone down. Oh, our profit has gone down because our prisoner capacity isn't being met. Yeah. We'll take in a couple days worth of prisoners and that'll help the budget. 10 at a time. Nothing too crazy. We don't want to overwhelm anything, and we've already got quite a few maximum securities in the cells, so I did a little bit of work on the network this week, and looking at the data that I'm getting back from the stream, it looks like it paid off. Instead of 10% frames drops, we're seeing 0.2%. So, I'm pretty happy with that reduction. 50 times lower. That's some good stuff. Another shout out to Jordan for helping me with that when things went awry. Because, oh my gosh, did they go awry. Come on, prison cell, finish. Jordan. Jordan the GOAT. Undisputed GOAT. Alright, in 2 hours we'll take in the prisoners, and then we should get a big influx of items. Whole bunch of ordered items coming in. How's the batteries doing? They're almost charged. Another day or two and they'll be fully charged, and then we can start exporting power back out. Diversify income as much as we can. Obviously, the games-based mechanics kind of necessitate that we make the money off of bringing in the prisoners, but if we can just make a solar field, that would be cool too. I'd take it. I'd take it. There they are. Yep, $4,000 in, $4,000 out. Bunch of comfy beds and other things delivered in. Another 24 hours until the next influx. We can do that twice more, I think. Still got a bunch queued, though. I really wish there was kind of a rhyme or a reason to the way that they assembled this either. They just kind of throw it all in there haphazardly. Like, they don't even do it based on the closest or the furthest away stuff. They just kind of do it all randomly. Which I guess could be beneficial, but it's also very annoying because nothing's viable until it's all done. See, like, there's no bed, but everything else is done in this room. This one doesn't even have a punching bag in it. Or a boombox. Yeah, because those are the amenities I'm giving. Medium security. Minimum security is getting a radio and a canvas and paint. Fair enough. What am I going to give max security? What should I give max security as an amenity? They need both. Trust me, they need both. You know what, we're going to look up cell real quick. Okay. We could give them a chair. We could give them a swivel chair. And like a fan. Fan in a chair. What a nice life. You get a chair and then you can stand in front of the fan. It's all you need. Even after the grant, too, another 20k was sunk in, and it just didn't get us anywhere. I'm perplexed. I don't understand how expensive this building is. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. You predict a new tunnel? Oh, great. Now we've got predictions in the chat as to when new tunnels will arrive. Awesome. I can't wait for more tunnels. You know what? Everybody's getting shook down. We're finding every single little thing they've got. They've got a spoon they're using to dig. We're taking it away. Somebody had poison, so probably a good thing that we did this. It's gonna piss off a few people, but I genuinely don't care. They've lost my respect. Too many tunnels. You predict a new tunnel. I say no new tunnel because I will hold them down. I will hold them down to the ground. They won't even get a chance to make a new tunnel. They'll be too busy being held in solitary. They got a lot of cell phones. Where are they getting all these cell phones from? This guy smuggled in scissors through a metal detector? What the hell? These were all thrown. But what do you mean they were thrown? How are they thrown into here? Oh no, something's going on. Oh, there was a fight in the holding cells. That's what happened. There was a fight. Yep, there's a tunnel on day 33, not 34, and they were found out before they could get out. Haha. Get caught. $300 on more punching bags. How many more punching bags does this thing need? How much more does this place need, period? They haven't even installed most of the doors, so the answer is going to be a lot. They're going to need a lot. We're going to put a guard in there, though, because as the doors start going in, we need somebody there to open and close them for our people. For all the workers going in there to build stuff. Yep, door servo. You know what? I'm gonna make the prisoners pay for their own room. Alright, we're gonna take in 15 more. And hopefully this will raise the margins. I'm really hoping this raises the margins. We just need enough money to finish this. And this is a whole day's worth of extra money. Then all I need to do is build a little path to and from it. And my job is done. That new wing will be ready to go. And if it only takes 15, we have more than 15 cells in here. So we'll be able to still take in even more to then start recouping the investment. We will want a second kitchen soon, though. I might put it opposite of visitation, like on this side down here. Make a little kitchen very similar to this one down on this side, and then run a route for the kitchen staff to run through and run items back and forth along this wall. We will see. We also are going to need to up our security. We're going to want to get ourselves dogs. We're going to want to get ourselves armed guards. We are going to want sniper towers in short order, hopefully by the end of today. We'll see. Depends on profits, because right now we're not making more than enough to just keep on keeping the everything running and keep this building. Looks like a decent portion of these punching bags are done now. So we are making some progress. Looks like they're buying boom boxes now. I stream for 3 hours, user. I always stream for 3 hours. So we started 35 minutes ago. As long as nothing crashes, which in this game's experience, knock on wood, it's pretty stable. As long as it doesn't take out the stream itself. I've had a couple of streams that were cut short because the game kills the stream. My 100 subscribers special comes to mind. I did a whole bunch of games back to back to back, and at one point we got Sons of the Forest, and it ran for a good 10 minutes, and then it just obliterated everything. Hell yeah! Thank you, user. Appreciate you. Every little bit helps with the channel. It's the algorithm's picky. So yeah, I'll take the opportunity. If any of you haven't, right down below is that subscribe button. Right next to it is right next to it is the like button. It's like tipping the bellhop. Really helps me out because it tells the algorithm that we're doing something good over here. So appreciate y'all. We just keep on finding hacksaws. Where do they get all these hacksaws from? We don't have a workshop. Why do they keep on getting hacksaws? From where? From why? Is there... Yep, there's a fight. Of course there's a fight. There's always a fight. They're all getting cramped into a tiny little holding cell. I don't blame them for... I don't blame them. I wish they'd stop. I'm doing my best here. There we go. We got power. We're gonna connect this back in for $10. And now we're making an extra 1,000 a day. As long as the batteries don't discharge, we'll be good. If they all completely discharge, this is going to become pandemonium. But for now, that raises us by a good 12% profit over day or per day, so I'll take it. I'll take that all day long. And hopefully giving something back will trigger shortly. I don't know why it's not. I wonder if it calculates by the day, so we have to wait for tomorrow or something. Hopefully, though, it'll start going back up on the percentages there. Let's check a couple of these. I don't think I ever set parole, and I need to set parole. There we go. We'll do 3 simultaneous parole hearings from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. It can be outside of work hours. Good. Yep, so now we're starting our parole hearings then. Checking all these other... Oh, we do not want to take in more prisoners. Yeah, we're already 10 over capacity on medium security. I don't want to take any more than that until we're sure that we actually have the space for them. I'm willing to go a little bit above margin to try and speed things up. I mean, there's the tunnels I found, but there aren't any new tunnels. Your prediction was incorrect because I forced it to be wrong. by doing that in-depth shakedown on day 33, I kind of dodged the possibility of there being tunnels on 34. You spooked me, so I reacted. There we go. Now at least that tunnel's been removed from inside the building. It's still a huge liability, but at least it's not inside anymore. Those cells are viable again. Got to do the same thing over here. Boom. And we got a boombox at the same time I said that. Nice. How many more are left? Looks like the boombox is... Looks like they're where they belong. Yep, they're all there. Last one being installed. Nice, okay. That fills me with a little bit of hope. Hopefully we'll have enough medium security space soon. We still also have to pipe all of that, though. We're still waiting for the building to build up. I set up parole hearings, and I set up drug rehab. Oh, I also started re-exporting power to up our money quantities, and it looks to be working very well. By the end of today, we will have finished giving something back. And once that's done, we'll be better off for it. So we burned 3 batteries overnight, but we are recharging. I may end up having to disconnect it every once in a while just to make sure that the grid never faults, but as long as I keep an eye on it, we'll be fine. And it's not like it's going to go down in a single day. It looks like it'll take at least 3 or 4 days. Once we finish this wing, I'm going to start filling in all of this area here. Set up a maximum security wing. Set up further security and further housing and staffing for dogs and armed guards and a bunch of other stuff. But first, we just kind of got to wait it out. Hooked it into the grid so that there can be light. As well as get that door servo operating. Ooh, it's on a 90% sale right now? Heck yeah. I'd recommend it. It's worth it. It's a solid game. Yeah, the winter sale's fantastic for these types of tycoons, too. In general, I think they're worth the money, but especially during the winter sale. Well, at least I've nearly got all the pipes sorted out. At least we'll use the cheap stuff for the middle. It's not like the middle's gonna go anywhere anyhow. Oh, we have no money. All of it went towards comfy beds again. So, the packs do add other mechanics. Like the power export I'm doing, that's the green pack. And I also have the asylum pack and stuff. Like, they do add other things besides just cosmetics. Some of them have more to them than others, though. They're not all equal, at least in my opinion. I also don't have all of them. I got this game when it first came out. I got a couple of the first packs. I didn't get all of the later packs, though. There's only so much money I'll spend on any one Tycoon game, predominantly because there's so many other Tycoon games that I wish to try, and, you know, there's other games that I play, too. Oh. Ouch. I mean, that's a good reuse for the space. As you see, I've got my Pearl and my Visitation right next to each other. Gosh, why? Why? There's a tunnel on day 36. Should have made a prediction for that user. Alright, fine. I'm going to get rid of these liabilities. And then deal with that new one. Because there's always more. But this does look like it's just about done. Now that the lighting's in, I can actually see what's hologram and what isn't. Ooh, that's not too bad at all. Big bundle? Heck yeah. Go for it. Stop digging tunnels. They will not get you to freedom. They will just piss me off enough that I take away more things from you. And they're digging another tunnel. Alright, everything's getting shaken down. Everything is getting shook down. You want to be stupid? Let's play the stupid game. This is why the buffer space is important, but it's also insanely expensive. 80 grand. Then the next one will be more expensive. So we need to build up enough of a prison in the slot that we have, which means we need to use all the space available, which means we need to get close to the wall, which then causes this problem. And these people don't understand that attempting to escape is just going to cause more issues and piss everybody off, because they're all getting very pissed now. Where the hell is the tunnel that was seen up here? I haven't seen the trace for it. I'm worried. Because if I don't know the cell isn't viable, they might put more prisoners back into it, and that would be bad. Perfect. And we did get that. Yep, we did get that grant done. Let's check our next grants. Hey, they didn't siphon away all of the money instantaneously. I think we finally reached it. We'll see, but that might be the turning point right there. In which case I need to immediately build a new foundation. So how long are the cells? They're 3 long, plus the wall is 4, so each of them are 4 long, plus the back wall if I want to make a second row. So we're looking at 5 for each side, a gap of 2, so 12, and then 9, we want 21. Double checking myself real quick just to make sure. I think that's right. Yeah. No! Okay, we need more money. I didn't even look at the dollar amount that it was going to cost, but yeah, that's what we want to make. 25k maximum security wing. And then we'll set this up so that we have dog handlers and stuff circling it. We've got troops going around the actual main wall to find tunnels. Oh, you said you'll predict the next tunnel. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really hope you can. Alright, we just gotta wait. We're gonna have to wait for cash flow to adjust this then. Well, actually, why would we do that when we could... Yeah, we've got ourselves a whole wing now. First of all, we need to do a couple of things. We need an electrical cable going further out, it looks like. Second of all, we need to connect this CCTV. Fantastic. So now we've got basic sight in this area. And now we're going to do deployment and change this all to medium security only. I don't know why that door is separate. But okay. Sure. And then we're going to go to rooms, and we're going to set all of the cells to make sure that they're set properly. Because I couldn't see through the hologram whether all of them... Yep, there's one there. Gap. These are all set. Good. Fantastic. We've got ourselves a whole bunch more of viable cells. We're going to take in another 15 medium security prisoners. Because now our capacity is over 100 for medium security. We've more than doubled it. So now we'll bring all them into the fold, and that money will fix a lot of our problems. You know what? I'm going to raise this number for one day. Let's bring in 30. That'll bring in enough money that we can build the maximum security wing. And then with the extra space for the maximum security wing, we'll bring in more maximum security prisoners, and that will raise, and we'll build off of that. And then we'll use all of that money to make the armory and the dogs and everything else. Probably the best method we can do. Alright, come on down, new prisoners. We'll take in all 30 of you. And that will fix multiple issues. So, yes and no. There's a couple of end goals in Sandbox, like 1,000 prisoners and stuff like that, and then selling the prison and making a bigger one. There's also a couple of other game modes available. So there's escape mode, there's a story mode, there's a couple of other ways. So in this one that we're doing right here, it's just big. Big is the mission. In other ones, though, you know, it would be something else. I'm not gonna lie, if we get far enough that we actually have, like, a fully viable prison with 1,000 inmates and stuff like that, I'd sell it and we'd set up something super fancy with, like, a crazy amount of money for legendary prisoners only, and then we'd take in, like, 10 legendary prisoners and, you know, specifically, minutely deal with them because they're worth so much money apiece. Speaking of money, we just made ours, so... Yep, that's right. Cool. Then we're going to go back here. Is it paving stone? What is this? What is this that we have here? I don't even know. I think it's paving stone. I'm going to have to confirm before I place down a whole bunch of them. I'm near certain it is, though, because it's outdoor only and it's walk speed fast. But there we go. We're not taking in another 30 prisoners. We'll drop that down to 15 for the next 2 days. And that should raise us up to our capacity. Oh no, we'll do 15 for 3 days, and that will raise us up to our capacity. Oh, nearly left a security gap here. Oh, just one. I just need one door. I don't need to stack 2 fences in front of each other. There we go. But they would have started throwing stuff over here. That would have been bad. But yeah, we've got multiple layers of security. Everything's locked up tight. The biggest concern now is tunnels. But we should be able to handle them just fine. The super prisoner. I mean, that's a fair way of calling them, the legendary ones. Legendary prisoner. Alright, looks like I need to put the entrance in this now. So for now, I'm just gonna put big ol' red door. I need to connect the servo. Fantastic. Alright. Now the joys of setting all this up. First of all, new power line. Gotta be able to see in there. And yep, they are paving stones. So now we're gonna put in the paving stones. There we go. Tunnel on day 38, huh? Shakedown on day 37 again, because I'm like that. Will it change to day 38 before I find the tunnel? Because I'll give you the win if that happens. Oh, no. We just lost power. Well, we gotta wait for daytime now. Ain't that great? We have nothing. I was gonna say gangs add that. They add the riots and like they change the way that stress is handled, I think, to a degree. Because the gang members themselves and like the rivalries and stuff. It's something. Never played with it myself, but it's something. Come on. Come on. I'm not even clicking it. Come on. There we go. Just need to see one battery get 1% in. Nope. Come on. There we go. There we go. We got power. Okay. I really do need to just separate the two. I need to set it up so that we're just exporting power from a separate grid from the one that powers us. Because putting them together is just asking for these problems. And it always ends badly. Alright. I'm going to set up the format for the cell now. I need to put the sink there, so I'm going to have to wait for it. For now, toilet. We're just gonna look up cell real quick. Comfy bed. You know what? We'll give him a bird. Large, classy window. And we'll give him a fan. Maybe the bird can, like, fly on the gusts from the fan, you know? That would be pretty entertaining for them. I would think. Where's the fluffy pillow? There we go. Fluffy pillow. Can't put the fluffy pillow in until the bed's in. Fair enough. And then red jail door. Oh. Wait, it's in objects. That's right. Light. Boom. Put that there. And then we're going to go in here. And we're going to grab the sink and the mirror. Put that there. And we're going to grab ourselves the fluffy pillow now. Boom. Very generous. Well, the thing is that if you keep them happy, they're less of a problem. That's the trick here. The generosity comes back to help in the long run. Also, I like my copies. Oh, no, 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 no. Not what I was meaning to do. Please put that in. Thank you. Okay. Quick build, custom, clone. No. Yes. Save. I'm fine with that being 3 wide. Whatever. That's lined up. Good. Okay. I forgot to copy the light, and I put the light there so that it would be easier. Whatever. I'll put them in manually. Fine. I will face the consequences of my actions. And then I'm going to need a different copy for inside. We're going to grab... No, we're going to grab this. Yeah, I didn't choose the island. I specifically like having a lot of room to work with because I like adding a lot of things. I mean, my minimum cell size never really drops below 6. I just don't think there's much to work with when you drop below 6, period. You just can't get anywhere. Probably not the most space efficient I could have made this pattern, but I'll call it good. It's going to work plenty, and it's all well and good for me. There we go. And now we just got to put in a bunch of lights and some cameras. Lights, cameras, action! I love how the bottom one actually ended up symmetrical and the top one's just completely messed up. Yay! Whatever. Still worth. Okay. And now we need cameras. Oh, these are the searchlights and the floodlights and stuff. Camera. Okay. Utilities. Wiring. Camera. We'll put 2 in this one because it is what it is. And then we are going to hire more guards once we have the money. Oh no, we are not going to have money for a minute though because we're interiors. Oh, all these interiors, they're going to cost a lot. Your prediction isn't over yet. It's still day 38. That's true. Like I said, I think I said this last time too. Put them in the center. Take the super prisoner and put them in the center. Surround them with all the other infrastructure and everything else. Because it just makes it so hard for them to leave. Like, if they get hurt, they get hurt. But surround them with layers upon layers of buildings upon buildings. Exactly what I'm doing to Max Sec right now. Because once I branch out across to the other side of the road, and I build up a couple more layers of walls, this is going to be pretty near the dead center of things. A little bit further to the left will be true center, and that's probably where I'm going to put the legendary prisoners. Yeah, the money's draining for a bit. I think we could take a new... No, we can't because we took the third one already. Ouch. Okay. It is what it is. We will accept and work with it. We need to hire new cooks. We need to hire new officers. And we need to hire the new types of officers. But we also need to build facilities for those. We're getting close, though. Deployment, max sec only. Oh, I forgot to put solitary cells in here. Meh. Back to running the prison on $1. Yep. This is the normal state of being for the prison, you know? It's used to this. We can take in more medium security, so we will. You know what? I'm just going to make them all show up. Fill the capacity. Oh, no. We gotta adjust those ratios a little bit. There we go. $13,000. And we'll fill ourselves to our capacities. I don't think that will fill us all the way. Oh, no, it will. Okay. We're going to take in 7 minimum. And we're going to take in 25 max. Or medium. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yep. Cool. We have space for all of that, so we'll take it. And that'll make us 14,600. Hopefully that's enough to finish the interiors, but I highly doubt it. But we'll roll with the punches. Whatever happens is what's got to happen, and we'll get there. To be fair, once we start taking in more of those dangerous prisoners, we'll probably install more tracking belts on them too. But those are expensive, and their network coverage is expensive, and everything about them is expensive. Oh, I love stress levels going up right before new prisoner intake, especially 32 new prisoners. bunch of people got found with stuff. That's just the nature of things, though. With that much intake. And yeah, nothing. We still okay. At least our money, our cash flow is going up. We've more than doubled our cash flow since the start of this. Yeah, separate him from the gang. Separate him from his gang. He will lose all power. Do not let him have 40 gang members. What do you think's gonna happen? He's gonna turn everybody against you. That's a very much yes. Heavy yes on that. I don't know if we're overreaching our cameras. We need enough money to buy more troops. Because we don't even have enough to man the CCTV anymore. And that is a problem. We also have too many cameras. We need a second CCTV mount. So we've reached maximum number of cameras, and you can tell because one of them is not connected still. So we need a second CCTV monitor now. Fantastic. Also, your prediction was wrong. No tunnel on 38, even with the shakedown. Yeah, they're just spending money on bricks right now for the frickin' walls. Still not even, yeah. Yup. Fantastic. Well, we wait. And waiting, and waiting, and waiting. It'll be fine. I said it'll be fine before, and it was fine. And it'll be fine again. These major expansions are costly, but they also dramatically increase our profits, as you can see from our $18,000 now in income. Yeah, unfortunately, user, it seems like your predictions aren't too accurate. I'm sorry about that, buddy. It would be helpful if they were. So, I'm in that boat with you. I wish they were. You can just blame it on being tired. That's always an acceptable excuse. But we are getting somewhere. Even if the bank account stays low, we are definitely getting somewhere. We've more than doubled our prisoner capacity. We've more than doubled our profits. We're running on the same amount of staff. Which is probably one of the reasons why the profits are so high, is that we haven't upscaled yet. Let's say it's a time zone thing. Yep, blame it on the... That's good, yep. The time zones are messing you up. Totally. That's what's messing with the predictions. It's not because you don't have the ability to tell the future at all. Oh. Well, I won't be playing Prison Architect on Monday. I'll actually be working on a video project tomorrow. After this, I'll probably do a couple of hours on Hugo, make sure that we're building the rep there, because only by building the rep do I end up in those funny situations. And only by doing the work, too. Gotta actually show up and clock the hours as a lawyer. They want me to become, like, a lawyer mentor, and then... It sounds like there's a possibility of me becoming one of the heads of the PDO in the long term. I will not say it with any confidence. I don't know whether it was a joke or not. I'm not good at telling the difference. But that would be really cool just for the sake of the memery that I could get away with. So, you know, if that comes to pass, you heard it here first. But then tomorrow I'm going to be clocking, I don't know, like a good 6 to 8 hours on a project that I want to do for one of my Friday videos. Not Prison Architect. Not actually the video I'm currently thinking about is a game that I haven't done yet before. I'm trying to branch out into some new stuff with the new year. So, I'm not a real lawyer. That's what I was saying about Purple. I play in a GTA RP, and my character is a lawyer. Most of the time, he just kind of like bumbles around and tells people whether they're completely screwed or not. That's the biggest thing I do is I walk in, I hear what the troopers say, I hear what the client says, and then I'm like, okay, man, you either do or don't have the ability to fight this. It's up to you to choose whether you want to fight it anyways or not, but my recommendation is X. And then whatever my recommendation is, if he wants me to do it, then I go do it. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes we end up going to trial, and sometimes they go well, and sometimes the lawyer completely screws themselves and loses their bar license, like I watched earlier this week. So, like, you don't have to go to school or anything. You more so I spent like 30 hours in-game shadowing around other more experienced lawyers, learning how to do the thing, reading the documentation because, like, they've written their own, or rather, they've taken parts of the Constitution and written their own penal code. So, like, you have to study that penal code, and it's called the state penal code because roleplay, but yeah. It's way more simplistic than actual court. There's a lot of methods also that are used that are not real. For a long time, no contest did not mean no contest. Yeah, no. No. Not the moves. I was told in high school that I should become a lawyer, which is one of the reasons I decided to mess around with it in RP, is that, like, I would not want to take it that seriously. If you're playing with actual people's lives in the real world, that's one thing, right? Like, that is a whole thing. You're talking about actual years of consequence, actual major criminals, major problems, all that stuff. When I go into the game, it's just the game, right? Like, it's a bunch of people doing virtual things to each other. And at the end of the day, the worst thing that's going to happen to them is they might end up in jail for a day of real time. I mean, I do have a disclaimer on all of the Hugo videos. If anybody's ever to look in the description, there's a disclaimer on all of the Hugo videos. All of the Hugo videos say Hugo is a character and a stupid one. Smoking's bad for your health. Scientifically proven. Because he's smoking Hugo. But I wanted something very simple for him to focus on. I wanted something very, very simple to found the character off of. Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with legendary prisoners IRL. It does say for entertainment purposes only. That is true, too. It does say that. Yeah, says that it's meant to be a joke. It should be interpreted as a joke and should not be taken seriously by anybody. I've had judges in the game come up to me and say that they want court to be more fun. That's the level of seriousness that we're talking about here. They want it to be enjoyable. Which I actually really appreciate. I think the lawyer positioning in the game is really, really good too, because I get the chance to meet so many unique and different characters. There's so many people who do crimes for so many different reasons in the game. So it's really, really fun to see what they get up to and see what they're, hear the story, hear the trooper's perspective, kind of get your own idea of what actually happened there. And then if there's an opportunity there, sometimes you can be a part of that story. You don't want to insert yourself, but there's plenty of opportunities where they want to take it to trial and you're like, yeah, I'll represent you. Let's go. And it's cool. I very much enjoy it because you get a chance to see so much. And at the end of the day, you never go to prison as long as you don't really screw up. To be fair, I heard a lawyer in the game punched a judge in the game earlier this week because he didn't like the verdict. That's not the craziest thing I've seen in that courtroom either. But yeah, gotta clock the hours on that. It's been kind of a fixation of mine ever since I picked it up last month. It's been very, very fun. A lot of really cool and engaging and interesting people. A lot of respect to all of them. If any of you are here, or if any of you hear this in the future, y'all are great. Couldn't say it enough. Yeah, right? Right? Imagine the judge, like, that's the thing. There's a different priority here, you know? At the end of the day, everybody is logging in, and whether they're going to be paying for the consequences or their actions or not, they should be anticipating to have some kind of enjoyment out of it. A lot of trials that go to bench take longer than if they had gone up to jail. You know, unless there's facing like 6 hours worth, some trials go for 3+ hours. I've seen some that are an hour long. Very rarely is anything shorter than an hour. An hour is an impressively quick runtime. And, you know, most offenses are less than 60 minutes. So as a result, a lot of the time, taking things to trial is done on principle or for engagement or for other things. And as soon as trial is over, even if they're found guilty, many a time the client will walk out with me. So it's not like, you know, they're. I've seen a couple of times where they have majorly huge charges. The first Hut trial was held yesterday, which is a charge that has a hold until trial modifier added to it. There are very, very few charges that are Hut trials. But the first one ever was tried yesterday, and the guy ended up having to go back up for, I think, like 6+ hours after that. And he'd been in jail for a couple of days. But he was also accused of, like, major stuff. And he was really, really cool about it all the way through the trial. He was respectable, he behaved well. And considering that there were over 20 gang members behind him in the peanut gallery, they all behaved amazingly well. So it was something to see, you know, but a lot of the time the motivation behind going to trial is the principle or the entertainment or something like that. Now, sometimes that will blow directly up in the defense lawyer's face. I had a guy be like, "Let me get on the stand," after he'd been sitting there saying, "Objection, that didn't happen," so many times to me while I was trying to listen for actual objections. And I was like, you know what, sure. And he went up there and he admitted to 2 of the 3 felonies we were trying to get him dropped. And I just sat there at my table with my hands in my head, my head in my hands, like, what the hell is going on? And I think it was because he was bored. I think he was bored, so he went up there and just completely destroyed the defense, which we were working so hard to build for him. I have a rule now. I won't let him take the stand, personally. Because when we don't let him take the stand, he gets off scot-free. We can normally debate and we can normally win for him. When he takes the stand, he just explodes everything in our face. It reminds me of something I heard a Twitch streamer say. He's like, "Don't ever put me on the stand. I will throw if you put me on the stand." I mean, maybe. The joke in Purple RP is that the grilled cheese is really good. That's the joke. That's like the running gag for when people go to jail. Like, a lot of the times when they ask their lawyer, right, as they're about to be sent up to Bolingbroke after they plead guilty or something like that, they're like, "Oh, you know, what is there any advice you have for me?" And what I've always been told to tell them, and what I've always heard all the other lawyers tell them for the most part, is the grilled cheese is pretty good, and don't speak without a lawyer. So that's there was a guy who walked into the case yesterday and he's like, "I was up there for so," or no, it was actually the client himself. He's like, "I was up there for so long, I had to do something. I got 25 grilled cheeses. Who wants them?" And like half the courtroom was like, "Yes, please." I don't know the appeal there. I guess it's probably a very, very high quality food item, or maybe it doesn't spoil, or maybe they're just rare. I don't know. But everybody was very excited about the grilled cheeses for some reason. And it just looks like we've lost guards. We've lost guards in the time it took us to build this new wing. We've also lost prisoners. We've lost like 20 prisoners. I think some of them are going up for parole, though. I think a decent number of them are going up for parole. Some of them are getting injured, though, for sure. We need more guards. We need more everyone. We've scaled the prison up. We need to bring them up to match. But yeah, circling back and closing things. If you guys haven't checked out my Purple RP content, I highly recommend you do. I don't know if I'm going to stream it, because streaming it can get a little bit overwhelming for me, especially since a lot of the time it's like, okay, hurry up and wait, you know? Go out, do something for 10 minutes, then wait 20 minutes, then do something for 10 minutes. But in comparison, a lot of the time I can get some pretty darn good clips and footage out of stuff. I think tomorrow's video is going to be pretty great. It's not in the courtroom. It's based around a hobby that I decided to pick up. And it was something. It was something. Also, if there's anything you guys want to see, whether it's ideas for directions of characters, whether it's specific games you want to see, any of that stuff, I'm always open to hear the feedback from the viewers. I really, really like getting it from y'all. That's why I set up these streams on a vote, is specifically because I like seeing what you guys have to say. And a lot of the time you throw me for a loop. I'm like, oh, I think they'd probably like this. And then I throw that on the vote and you choose the two other options. And I'm like, oh, happy I asked. Good to know. Because at the end of the day, I enjoy all the games I throw on the vote. If I'm not down to play it, I don't put it on the vote in the first place. That isn't to say that stuff I haven't put on the vote I'm not down to play. There's so many games, and I like keeping it simple with 4 options, so I have a limit. Yeah, cash flow, I get it. We're spending 16 grand a day, and we're not getting out of this hole. Then again, once we bring in our first round of max sec, I think that will significantly change. And I think we're pretty close. Over half of the blueprints seem to be done because they were done in component instead of as a whole this time. They weren't one big building plopped down. Okay, shakedown time. We're gonna find those tunnels. Secret tunnel through the mountain. No. This is not a story of lovers. This is a story of prisoners. They must be kept in prison. Tunnel time. No, no, it's not tunnel time. It's never tunnel time. Tunnel time is banned. Tunnel time is permanently banned. That's right, I'm pulling out the perma ban. I'm not gonna lie, if it keeps on going like this, my current plan of attack may simply be to finish the max sec cells, put them in there, build the patrols, and buy the land. That might be the best move here so that they can stop, they'll stop making a break for it, or at least when they try to make a break for it, they'll get run down. Or shot. All of these options are acceptable, as they're better than what we currently have. We do have workers. Okay, good. They didn't even find the tunnel. Where's the tunnel? Fine. Fine. Tunnel search. We're gonna double check then. Because I'm certain prisoners escaped. There we go. They're all here for the parole hearings. And visitation is here too. Nice. I need to assign more guards. I need to get more guards, and then I need to assign more guards, rather. Also, more cleaners. The shower room is very dirty. Partially because of how much water we let sit on the floor, but that's just the nature of the biz. It's much easier to just put the drains by the door, in my experience. They found the tunnel. Where's the tunnel? Oh, that's a complicated tunnel. You jerks. User? Where was your prediction? Why didn't you tell me on day 43 they were going to make a massive mile of tunnels? Yeah, now it's tunnel time. And I hate tunnel time. I hate tunnel time so much. Look at how many connected... So many damn rooms. Oh my god. It's over... That's like 10. I think that's the largest I've ever seen a connected tunnel. How did they hide it? How did they manage to hide that? I don't understand. You were busy... Oh. When the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed and all the prisoners escaped. That's right. Blue Patrol. This is going to be one of the dog patrols. The idea here being that they can detect tunnels a lot better than anybody else can for the most part. On the bright side, the melon is good. Great! I'm actually genuinely happy for that for you. But still, man. Could have used your predictions there. That's totally your fault. I'm going to expand the guard patrol to include this area as well. Good stuff. Now we just go, you know what? You know what? Wait, no. There we go. We'll take that in then. Make us an extra 8 grand. Come on, boyos. You can do this. We have so many... All of them are getting bumped up to max security because of their behavior. We haven't taken in any max sec, but because of their behavior, it's just creating a problem that's getting worse and worse because they don't have cells. We are directly going to use that cash flow right there to buy a new guard. We need to start replenishing guard numbers. We need to get them up higher. There we go. All $8,000. Oh no, not all. There's more coming in. There we go. Oh, a decent number of the rooms are being finished now. It looks like comfy beds were the last ingredient. Good. They're expensive, but I'll take it. I'm not putting in the actual cell designation yet, though, because they're not connected. And until they're connected, I'm worried that they're going to mess with our staff. Can I just get 700 or something, please? I need to connect up the water pipes. Just a little bit of input. Come on. Nope, immediately goes towards repair costs. Come on, help a guy out. I don't think they'll be much better, user. I hate to say it to you, but I don't think you're gonna do much better than you're already doing. Oh, I should have hit pause. I need to hit pause immediately. Immediately. Yep. Or I just wait until this is over. I could just be patient. There. No patience. We're gonna need like 2 or 3 more of those disbursements, but then we'll be good. One more and the main pipes will be done at least. I'm just gonna hook them up at like 3 points. Hook this one up on the separate one so that it doesn't put too much stress on the water system, because these smaller pipes have a pretty crappy throughput. But boom, there we go. Once that's all hooked up and everything's got water, I can start designating these cells and taking in prisoners. Speaking of which... there we go. Am I gonna have to do this one wall at a time? Seriously? There we go. New cells for everyone. Capacity for everybody. Now I'm just gonna wait for them to finally finish up doing the work. And then I need to hire on more staff. What? Wow. How's it going, your dad? You predict there will be at least one tunnel in the next 100 days? How could you predict such a thing? I don't know, man. That might not be a sure bet, you know? How could you predict such madness? It's really out of left field, you know? We need to purchase another CCTV. Yeah, we need another CCTV monitor, and that's going to cost us a pretty penny. We also just need to increase our staff counts because we are still fully all of our guards are busy. You need a winning prediction to. Well, that prediction will never be seen to full fruition. We're not gonna be here for 100 days today, so I guess. You know, I'm gonna keep things simple, and we're gonna go with the basic concrete. One, two, three, four, five. That's gonna be what we want. Am I gonna get it? Maybe. We'll see. Well, it's good to see you. Hello. I'm really hoping things pick back up once we finish this last cell. It also looks like we're still... Oh, we're lacking water because it's not fully connected yet, isn't it? Yep, it's not fully connected. Wait, it is fully connected. Why... Why is this reversing flow? It shouldn't do that. We're going to dismantle that one and then check the water flow. Oh, it's missing a pipe right here. That's why. I was wondering why the heck it was doing that. There we go. Good stuff. Okay. Actually, before any of that, we are going to put in our second monitor. Second CCTV monitor. Why am I getting tongue-tied? Why do I make the paths so wide? Because I want there to be the ability to both move up and down at the same time, or left and right at the same time, and because a lot of the time having a little bit of separation between buildings helps. There we go. Tunnels being dealt with now. Stupid tunnel. New CCTV monitor has been hooked into the actual camera. Yeah, I want to make it possible for it to actually be easily traversed all over the place. And if there's a riot or something, I need there to be space for them to get around it. That's also why there's multiple paths just about everywhere. Because I need it so that if something gets messed with, they can still get through. I need more... Why am I taking in so many max sec? Oh, that's why. I actually don't want to take in any more right now. Because we've already... Well, hold on, hold on. How many cells do I have now? There we go. Now we're taking in the max security. We'll take 11 medium and 11 max. And 3 minimum. Yep, cool. That'll work for me. This will really help raise the profits. And in a day or two, we'll have enough money to pay for the foundations we need to take things up a notch. Then we're going to save up the money for the expansion. Because I am tired of them digging a tunnel outside of our territory and just tunneling away. That is exhausting. And unnecessary. Look at them work, though. They're so diligent. There we go. I raised our facilities numbers enough that we should be able to actually handle all the problems now. Enough doctors, enough cleaners, enough everything. And then let's see if we can afford this foundation now. Cool. So this will be where we house our additional security facilities, as well as extra room for future stuff. What that future stuff is, I don't know. I just know we need a place for our armory and for our dog handlers, and this is going to be that place. Then we're going to get ourselves some armed security, along with a couple canine units. We'll have the canine units doing the patrol all the way around the perimeter. And they will hopefully cut down on the number of tunnel escapes we're currently getting. They should be specialized to handle that. Yeah. We'll take in one more order of prisoners, and then I'm going to call it good. We'll start taking grant money, and we'll work on a couple of those grants that we've been neglecting, because we now have enough money to actually do it. Fantastic. I'm just using the large jail doors because this area kind of needs to be locked. And it really doesn't hurt that much. It's better that they don't have access to this region. We're gonna actually do deployment, staff only. And we could sell power back to the grid. Our batteries aren't fully recharged yet, though. We could set up another power grid, but that's just a huge money sink. I'm still worried about our numbers of escapes right now, so I would like to handle that if at all possible. And deaths. We just had another one. We're going to go in here, make ourselves a kennel. And we'll make ourselves an armory here. We'll set up a couple of dog bowls for the aesthetic. I think that's the right way around for these kennels. It's overkill, but whatever. And then we'll set up enough for 12 for now. Weapon rack. And a table. Good stuff. Alright. And then with that in mind, we'll be able to get ourselves some dog handlers. And then we need armed guards too. We can't do that until the room is finished. But for now then, we'll go to deployment, patrols, assign dog handlers. And these two are going to patrol here. And we're going to actually start it on this side though. There. Like that. Hopefully that'll make them go in a circle opposite each other, kind of. And yeah, we'll slowly start getting these flags here. If a bunch of them build up in one spot, there's a tunnel there. Alrighty, next thing's next. Power grid. Done. We're going to hook up a tracking station, hook up a health monitor. Then we need the routers. Where's the routers? There they are. So these things cost a pretty penny and they only cover a small range, as you can see. So I'm going to need to hook up a whole bunch of these to make a network that's actually got reasonable coverage on them. That should be all the basics covered, I think. That should be all the normal places that they go. Oh, nice. I hope the subway is tasty. And that's not true, actually. I forgot that they still need to go out for parole and visitation. There we go. Intelligence tracking. Oh my gosh, okay. Tunnel search. Who's making a tunnel? Who's making a tunnel? Who's being stupid? Well, it looks like multiple people are being stupid right now, but that doesn't answer my question. Who's being specifically dumb? There we go. No tunnel found, though. That's not good, because there's a whole lot of flags being found here. So who's digging a tunnel, and why is there a screwdriver down here? All important questions that I would like answered, please. You know what? You're going to be equipped. We're going to go... Doyle's going to get it. Hayes going to get it. Pennick's going to get it. Jackson's going to get it. All of these super dangerous white risks are going to get their tracking belts installed. There we go. Cool. And then we're going to get ourselves some armed guards. There we go. We have 12, so we'll assign 10 to that kitchen. There's that other grant finished. See, now we're rolling in the dough. And at least we're not hurting anymore for it. Gonna put that road there. Have another building available spot there. You know what? I'm gonna put a school there. Or classroom. You know what? We haven't used brick that much. We'll use brick. Classroom. Just put a normal door on it. I'm doing a full shakedown because there's a freaking tunnel somewhere. There's a tunnel somewhere, and I need to know where it is, and I need to know where it is now. But yeah, we'll invest some money right now into getting the Reform Through Education initiative done, and then once that's done, while we're working on that, we'll generate the money we need. There's the tunnel. There's one at least. Is there any other ones? Huh? No. We're good here. Good. Yeah, the dogs are warning me, buddy. We can see that you're starting tunnels. And there it is. That's where this one came from. Okay, good. Handled. Tunnels. Oh yeah, user, you were so right. There will be a tunnel in the next 100 days. I mean, you were correct about that. I don't know how happy you should be about that, but yes, you were correct. Where's the classroom? Classroom. Literally highlighted for me. All right. Sounds like things are getting a little bit aggressive. I know this is more school desks than I'm ever going to need, but I would rather just have a lot. That way we can do a huge batch of people being taught. Alright, we're going to start our programs now. Foundation Education Program. Edit schedule. Okay. I think we can do another one here. We'll do general education from 9 to 8. Or 9 to 11 a.m. Regime. And that means that these can take it. Yep. And then from 4 to 6. 4 to 6. Yep. Okay. There we go. Now we've got a bunch of people taking that class. Got cell block D done. Now we purchase this land. Yup. Huge portion of our problems have now been solved. We need to do that again to the south. How much is that going to cost us? Another 80 grand? Not bad. Okay, we'll do it. Oh, I must have missed that one. Yeah, no more tunnel time. I'm fixing the tunnel time problem. They're going to be much less incentivized to do it now. We're going to do a long-term investment. And we'll get that infrastructure grant done. Also, we need to unlock tasers, or rather taser rollout, and guard towers. So we're going to do that now. Then we'll go back to our grants. Looks like that's all we're really going to have for now. Yeah, no. We're just going to wait on the rest of the money. It'll take less than a day. And it's a lot easier than any of those grants. Those grants are all going to require a decent investment of time and focus. And we're just not hurting for the money right now, so why take them? We just have to wait for funds from the long-term investment and also just wait for funds from our daily allotment. And I just realized we need to stop taking prisoners. We overtook on MaxSec, didn't we? Yep, we did. Okay, we'll let that process itself. I'm at risk of a fire. Meh. We can fix that pretty simply. I'm not too worried about fire. Even if I was, like I said, we just solved it. You can also just call in firefighters. If that really were of, like, major issue. Yeah, once those are all connected up, we'll go into the piping overlay and add some pipes in. What we will add right now is a library. Oh, my accountant is the one who mentioned the fire? I disagree. They're wrong. We're fine. They're just being a worrier. There we go. Library. Set up. Nearly enough money for the second expansion, too. And then no more tunnel time. They could still tunnel across the road, I guess, but the probabilities of them doing that are a lot lower than them trying to just go 4 tiles through this line here through the wall. So no more tunnel time. Come on, we're just waiting on a tiny touch of money. Just a little bit of extra money. Why is everybody getting flattened? Oh, it's guards. There are guards that are getting flattened. Okay. We're going to assign armed guards in here then. And unassign the guard from this room. Yeah, all of our dogs are actually kitty cats. Love them. They're great. RIP tunnel time. Yup. It will not rest in peace. We never wanted tunnel time. That was an unavoidable consequence of rapid expansion. That wasn't something we wanted. I don't know how to explain that any more clearly. We never wanted tunnel time. It was never a welcome invite. There we go. Oh no, not there we go. Forgot about these. Now there we go. All of the sprinklers will have been hooked up, and all of the cells can't burn now. We've got sprinklers in them. And even if they do, the hallways will be safe enough for them to try to escape through. It can't burn unabated through the entire prison. Granted, all of the buildings are separate from each other, so it's not like it could have burned it all down anyways. Boom. No more tunnel time. It's dead now. Good luck, everybody else. You're now screwed. Should we consider adding death row? New question. Because it says we should consider adding death row. We've nearly unlocked guard, not God towers. Yeah, the Tower of Babel. No. Guard towers. Yeah, you want us to add it? I don't think it's a terrible idea, personally. I've never done it, but there's always a first for everything. Before we do that, though, I'm putting in 4 guard towers. Before anything else, we're putting in 4 guard towers. And then we're going to get ourselves some snipers. We're going to need 6, I think. Something like that. What is this guy trying to do? He tried to make a break for it. That was a terrible plan. That was a god-awful plan. Alright, we'll go for a death row once I finish with the snipers. That'll be what we add in next. Yeah, that should be enough. 5, we'll have one that's constantly on break. One that's always on break, and the rest will be positioned. So now if they try to run, they're gonna get shot. Non-lethal sniper will be the next thing we get to, because the less deaths, the better. After escapes, deaths are the next worst thing. He's sad there's no more tunnel time. And he's like, well, if there's no tunnel time, I don't want to be in prison. Well, sorry, buddy. That's not your choice. That is not your decision to make. It's not mine either. It's the state's. They just sent you to me to be held. He's been charged with a crime. He doesn't get to leave. I am going to deploy a guard here and one here, though. That should help with moving people around and dealing with our troops and everything. So yeah, there. And then we're also going to deploy an armed guard here and reduce one of the main guards. There. Since that's the main way in and out, having somebody with the real power is going to be much more helpful. The real gun power. And then I guess I can set up a patrol while we wait for money. There we go. And we're going to add in some more dog handlers too. They're so great. Little cats. They're so great. They're such good little kitties. Can't help it. All right. So in the building right next to parole, we're going to put death row. We'll make it 3. How much do I need? 26K. Okay. We'll save up 26K and then we'll build our death row section. We'll have to connect up a bunch of new fences and whatnot, but it'll be worth it. You know what? We'll start with those, actually. And then I'm going to adjust the patrols. There we go. Patrols have been fixed to reflect the new boundaries. We've got our fences now set up. So it should connect right into the building and it gives us a nice line where we need to be. We're close. Oh, the prisoners look a little untidy, you say. That's too bad. No more tunnel time. We've put in multiple measures to stop tunnel time in its tracks. It's never gonna happen like that again, I hope. I mean, until we build right out to the border again, then it will happen again and again and again. Oh, there's no styled doors for this. That's sad. Have I done a search? You want me to do a search? Fine. I'll do a full shakedown. Screw a little search. We'll do a full shakedown. There we go. Now everything will be accessible, but we've got multiple layers of fence. Well, the tunnel search seems to miss tunnel time more than the shakedown does. The shakedown is a much more intense search. You see how it's searching 1,500 places? If I were to try to pull a tunnel search, it would only search a couple hundred. It would search like a fifth or less of this. It does look like there might be a tunnel that's somewhere around here, though. The dogs have marked it. So we're going to have to do a specialized tunnel search after this. But you'll see what I mean. This one's a much more in-depth search normally. I think it's also a statistical chance whether I find it or not, though. I think, like, there's not a guarantee that I find it. At least based on what I've seen. Yeah, there's definitely a tunnel, and they're nearly across the road. I need to... I'm going to do a full tunnel search through everything. Everything. We're going to search it all. No! No tunnel time! Stop it! Tunnel time... What do we define as tunnel time? Because them trying to dig tunnels, they'll always do that. Them getting away via those tunnels, it shouldn't happen anymore. That's the question now. What do you define as tunnel time, user? Our prisoners want more free time. Well, too bad. Maybe they should stop digging frickin' tunnels. See, we didn't even find anything in this one. Why didn't... What the hell? I know there's a tunnel down there. I'm, like, certain of it. I'm, like, absolutely certain there's a tunnel down there. God. Damn it. Well, this is going to be death row, and fortunately, because it's death row, we don't have to worry too much about most amenities. We're just going to deal with them as they arrive, if you get my gist. We're going to have it have its own power generator because the death machine takes a lot. It's not tunnel time. Oh, if it leads somewhere. This tunnel doesn't lead anywhere. It's just a dead end right now. It's just a dead end. Yeah, we're going to put in 5 windmills. We'll put in a full transformer and battery rig, and that should be capable of running what we need it to do. Oh. Still got to wait for the money, though. But we'll set up basic amenities for all the death row prisoners in here, you know? I don't know, 10 cells, a shower, last meal, so a dining room. There we go. Once they install the transformer, I'll throw batteries on it. But they're working hard. You know what? We've got the money for it, so let's raise our production by 33%. The speed at which they build things will go faster the more we have. Snipers are doing good. We do want to buy... We're going to get one more, though, because it does look like they're still overworking themselves a bit. They're not all in their perches at all times, and they all need to be there if we want this to work right. What's this guy doing? I think they're a little bit bugged out there. I hope he's not trapped. One more battery and I'll be happy for now. Yep, perfect. There we go. They finished the building. Fantastic. And I have no money. Oh, the lights weren't installed yet. I was going to say, they're not connected? What the heck? Alright, cool. Now we're going to set up our death row. We'll give them a slightly larger room layout. I mean, after all, this is going to be their last place to be, so we're going to give them all the amenities we can. We'll be nice to them on their way out. Might be the only time anybody's ever been nice to them, so we'll be nice. We'll give them a fan. Give them a pet bird. Give them a chair so that they can look out their window. We'll give them a nice, fancy, large window. Sink and a mirror. Toilet. And you know what? We'll just give them a shower in here. We'll just throw a drain and a shower head in each one. Normal jail door. And then we'll give them a comfy pillow. Comfy pillow. There we go. So that'll be our standard cell layout, and I'm just going to copy paste that over a couple times. Once it's done, get ourselves, I don't know, a dozen slots. A dozen spots sounds fair. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. And then we're going to actually make the death row room. And now that I think about it, you know what? I'm just going to sink the extra money we can into the batteries. There's a specific room I need, isn't there? I could swear there's a specific room that I need to take in. Okay. What is it? Oh, we have to unlock death row. Duh! That we're not going to get very far without actually unlocking the tech for it, huh? That tracks. That makes sense. Yep. Yep, I agree. And they spent all the money. Darn it. I need to hook this up to a water pipe. Yeah, just a little bit. Having the research done is pretty helpful to actually being able to do anything. We're also going to do a bunch of legal prep and everything. We're going to spend the money before we do any of that execution to make sure that we've got everything down pat. We do not want to see any kind of financial repercussions. Game, give me money. Give me money, please. Come on, you know you want to. I only need 360. Just a quick little disbursement. Nope. That was all spent on the cells. Yeah, but this way we'll be able to take in a dozen people for death row. We may want to set up some specialty areas for them in this building. But for now, we'll just experiment with the cheapest we can, which is just setting up the rooms and setting up the chamber itself. There we go, cool. Put a guard in here. Starting to charge up the batteries. Yep, and then we have to get rid of execution liability. Day 55 will have tunnel time. It's time for a shakedown then. I say no. You notice how every time you're like tunnel time, I say shakedown. And immediately check everywhere. No tunnels. No nothing, really. This is pretty small considering the number of prisoners. And the amount of time since our last shakedown. It's been a couple of days and this is all they got, really. They need to work harder. They say our prisoners are filthy, but the issue is that they keep on having fights in the frickin' showers. Nobody can take a bath if you're all too busy fighting. Oh, we got a $3,000 early release reward. Probably from one of the paroles. We got 10K. Just about done with death row. Once death row is done, we'll immediately get execution liability. because it's worth the 10k. We need to change the deployment to staff only for these regions because they need to stay the hell out of them. Stay the hell out of here, prisoners. You don't... Stop wandering. There we go. They shouldn't be in this rounded area either, so... Access only, staff only. Thank you very much. And execution liability. Ba-boom. Now, where's the room we needed to unlock? There it is. Yep, 5 grand. That's right. It's expensive. It's just a wooden chair. And we'll put some chairs in here in case witnesses or something. I don't know. Because I have the room. That's the real argument. Alright. And then we're going to go to our intake and take in all death row prisoners. Thank you. We'll take up to 12. Gotta bury some cables so that those can actually be opened remotely. Those doors suck. We'll do one here as well since we're already out here. Boom. And there's a tunnel here. When did that get found? Don't even know. That was the one that we were looking for, though. Ba-boom. Handled. It got uncovered before they could get away. That's all that we need. Good stuff. Dead end. Try again, guys. And I don't mean that. That's the wrong one. This one. You know what, user? I'll give you the win on that one. I don't know when it was discovered, but you know what? You get it. You get that one. We still have... Well, let's see what tomorrow brings. Maybe tomorrow there will be some... Nope. Tomorrow, still no death row prisoners. Well, we wait then. We've got the region set up now. It's not perfect, but we've got the cells and we've got the chamber, and those are the things we need. And then once we have execution liability, we might want to do legal prep. I am going to do the recycling incentive now, because that'll make us some money back. Because we've already got recycling bins, so we might as well make the money off of them. But yeah, we've expanded pretty well here. We're looking pretty good. Secondary grid is up. Running specifically into the execution chamber. We've got a classroom. We've got all these new cells. We've more than doubled capacity for the day. Good stuff. That reminds me, I actually need to establish these as cells. Oh, they were a little bit too long. There we go. Now we've got a dozen death row capacity cells. Good. We still have way too many max security. We keep on ending up with more max security people. Can y'all just be good? I mean, then again, you're here because you literally can't be good, but could y'all just be good and stop it? The only other option I have is I could change some of them down to medium security, like if they don't have any violent crimes or something. But doing that manually incurs some kind, you know, it can incur some risk. They're not drones. They need free time. No, they don't. You all have plenty of free time. And I know exactly why they say that. I don't want to let them out at the same time as the other prisoners. I'm worried they're going to cause more incidents. If you put them all in the same room, it's going to cause more incidents. There we go. We got that investment grant back. Nice. Very nice. There. We'll fill up our medium security again. Make sure that we stay over 200 prisoners. Hopefully the maximum security will just sort itself out, you know? With time, it'll just solve itself. Do I need more guards? I think I need more guards. There we go. 2 or 3 resting at all times. 6 armed guards. Let's make it 8. And then there are 6 snipers, all 6 of which are available. Is that guy still stuck at that door? Nope, he fixed himself. Good. Then let's rock. Make some money. Generate currency. Make as much as we feasibly can, because the more we have, the more land we can gobble up. And the more land we gobble up, the less tunnel time we have to deal with. That's right, user. I'm still going to fight against tunnel time. With the remaining time we have left, I'm going to fight against tunnel time. Make it so that when we come back here, if we come back here for a third go of it in the future, that there is no possibility that we're going to have to be dealing with that. It'll all be handled already. Will already be done. And how are you going to petition? This is to paraphrase Rick and Morty, this is not a democracy. This is a Vince Public. What you gonna do? I mean, if you wanted to, we could play escape mode sometime and I don't know if we can do the tunneling ourselves or not, but we could try to do tunnel time ourselves. You'll smuggle shovels into the prison. Well, the metal detectors will detect the shovels, and then you'll be beaten with said shovels. I don't think that would work out too well for you, if I'm being honest. But that's just a thought, you know, just me being me. I could be totally wrong, but I'm probably not. I'm probably right. I'm just checking all the overlays. Good stuff. Yeah, I think I haven't used Death Row since I actually... Oh, we got one coming in, too. Look at... We got one coming in. I don't think I've used Death Row since I played the tutorial, like, over 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. It's been a long, long time since I've ever utilized these. They use it as a chance to show you what happens when you blow a fuse. You hit the button on the chair, it fails because there's not enough power. And there's a tunnel there. There's definitely a tunnel there. The patrols have detected it. We're going to shake down minimum security only, because I'm near certain that the tunnel's from them. If it isn't, then we'll say shake down medium security, and if it isn't from them, then we'll shake down everybody again. We found your tunnel. Well, we found a tunnel. It literally is just a hole that goes down. It doesn't go anywhere. So that isn't the tunnel we were looking for. We're going to shake down medium security. It's not tunnel time, user. I don't mind you saying it, but it's not. It's really not. They're definitely detecting something, though. We're going to do a whole tunnel search, and if that doesn't yield it, then we're going to do a whole shakedown. Tunnel search. Just wait for the mile-long... I don't want another mile-long tunnel. I really, really don't want another mile-long tunnel. How are 84 prisoners still up for parole? All of these doors are automated. I don't know how they're having trouble. Did they not find it? I don't think they found it. They still... I know it's there. I can see the flags. Alright, full shakedown it is. All of you should have just told me where you hid this thing. You're making it worse for yourselves. Because I won't stop looking until I find where this tunnel came from. There it is. They were just about to get through, too. They were just about to get through. No, you don't. You've been denied. It wasn't even a mile-long tunnel, but we caught it right before they escaped. Oop, incoming call from the boss. Our first death row prisoner has arrived. We'll need to make sure we have a death row appeal program set up in a parole room so that they can have their parole hearings. Okay. Programs. Stop one of these. Death row appeal. There we go. One of these parole rooms is now doing the death row appeal. Extra benefit to keeping these rooms next to each other. I think the maximum security that are being held in the holding cell are just kind of killing each other. So it's a problem that's solving itself, in my perspective. But yeah. He can have his appeal, and then we're doing our thing. Death row inmate status. Mark green. 40% ready. Okay, what does that mean? What are the steps? Why isn't he in his cells either? There he is. Triple murder, double torture. Yep. Ah. Okay. So either there's three ways this can go. He'll either be found innocent, in which case he will be granted clemency and he will be let go. He could be found guilty and transferred to maximum security, or he could be found guilty and then given the go-ahead. We need that 40% to drop below 5%. That's the goal. So we just need to make sure that that hearing is done. You know what? I'm gonna add a second one. Yeah, 10 a.m. to 2. Yeah, that's fine. Just to make sure that it is done for him. So it'll probably be tomorrow, the first one. If I had to take a guess. And then we'll set up this one as well as another 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just to add more options for parole, because we really need to push more people through the parole system. And deployment-wise, they should be able to get there. So, yeah. There's nothing stopping them. So, he'll go in, have his appeal, and I think that number will drop down significantly. After that, what did he just grab? Carrying a stab. Okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, it snuck up on me. We're gonna just make these refused. Alright. We got 100 grand. That's nice. And it's 160k for the new plot of land. Fighting against tunnel time forever. Because tunneling really is my major... It's always been my major concern. It's always been the biggest issue I have. It's not riots. It's not money most of the time. It's not other escape methods like trying to make a break for the doors or something. It's always tunnels. To be fair, it is the most direct route they can take. But it's also infuriating. Tunnel time might live on forever in spirit. But as you've noticed, we haven't had an escapee get out via a tunnel in quite a while now. And that will keep going. That will keep going. That's not going to change. Tunnel time probably is no longer viable. We have too many ways of detecting, and once we detect it, we're too confident, so we do shakedowns until we find it. Yeah, and we're just waiting for more death row inmates. We'll take in as many as they let us, because we've got all 12 cells specifically designated for it. It might be a good idea to completely isolate them, as in have their own kitchen, have their own cooks, have their own common room. Not let them through to go to any of the other stuff, or specifically segment all that stuff off so that it's not shared with them. That might be the move here. I don't know where green is. Parole lawyer, parole officer. I'm assuming Where's green at? Where's green? You know what? We're gonna be smart about this, actually. Green, I consider worthy of being tracked via a belt. Intelligence, tracking menu. Wait, Mark Green? He's already been turned into... He's been changed. His parole hearing was successful. Darn it. Green is not on tunnel time. Green is now a max security prisoner in a prison full of max security prisoners and overflowing with them. Our solution for getting a death row inmate has just created another max security inmate instead. In a system that has too many of them. Oh my god. Did not see that one coming. I mean, it was only 40%. Ah. Ugh. Ugh is what I say. I like how sometimes we can see the regime for the criminally insane wing, even though we don't have a criminally insane wing. Speaking of stuff. You know what? Screw it. Offshore tax haven. And legal prep. We'll keep the business safe so that it can never be screwed up. And we'll raise our profits by over 6K. So we should be making 30K a day. Enough to build an entire building every single day and still not run out of change. But damn you, Mark Green. Can I put him back on the execution row and just be like, no, you die. You die now. I mean, then again, like I said, it's not my choice. He had a hearing, and the hearing decided that he gets to live. Do I agree with the hearing? Not really. But it be what it be. You know what I will do, though? Right here. I'm going to set up a power farm. It won't be very big to start with. And it is a bunch of money up front, but considering that we just invested all the money so that we can't buy that property today, might as well start the solar farm with what time we have. Boom. We just need some batteries on the thing and it'll be good. And here they come. Yep. Off it goes. No matter how many parole hearings I seem to have, it does not seem to fix the problem. How many damn parole rooms do I need? 3 is normally way more than I give it. Yeah, ideally all of the tax work, once that's done, should make us just about 30K. We should be making less what we have plus 7-ish. 6 to 7-ish thousand. And that should push us over the hurdle. Lots of money. Next time we'll expand out to this area. We might even expand across the street too. If we're going to set up a criminally insane wing, I'll probably set it up across the street with its completely isolated setup from this one. That way, if one of them riots, the other side is still completely safe. Because mixing the two, they have completely different needs and completely different ways that they're handled. So we can't even use guards with the criminally insane wing, and we can't use orderlies in the main wing normally. So it's better just to separate it out completely if we want to do that. I mean, also, we should probably push for an execution next time, though. just so that we get a chance to see that. Because, like I said, it's been years. But we've definitely gotten a lot farther. Look at all those max security guys running down to the kitchen. All of them were brought in today, pretty much. Save a handful who were sitting and holding, waiting for this. Very nice. Yep, and this is profiting over 500,000 already. Yep. And it's just going to go up until the day takes over. I think it'll make us 1,000 a day. So, give it like 40 days and it will recoup the original investment and then just start printing money. But it is pretty great. Because it's just going to keep on printing fresh money. Good stuff. Still no prisoners coming in. No death row. Okay. It be what it be. It's alright, though. I'm wondering if we're going to get that research done in time. No. No way. We won't. I doubt it. But stuff to look forward to. As always, I'll be putting this back on the vote, not this upcoming week, but the week after that, most likely. If you guys want to see it again, keep in mind that that's when it will be. I also am planning on opening up the Discord. I have not forgotten about it. I've just been crazy busy with a bunch of stuff. Projects, life stuff, holidays, all of it. So I will be opening up the community Discord for the channel. Ideally before the channel's birthday. The votes always happen in my community tab. I will be allowing the Discord to help me decide what goes on the votes. Before then, it's just been me being like, what do I want to play this weekend? Now I'm going to take in more recommendations if I can and take more feedback on the actual vote items. I might even make a bigger vote in Discord, like, 20 games. And then of those 20 games, the 3 that get voted up the most will go on the community tab on YouTube. But it's always down to the community tab on YouTube. You, the viewers, get the chance to have final say on what I stream every Sunday. But yeah, pretty happy with how far we got today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, that like button is right down below. Right next to it is the subscribe button. Would really, really help me out. I'd much appreciate it. Thank you all so much for the awesome year. We're coming up on the birthday of the channel. I'm really looking forward to that. And it wouldn't have been possible without every single one of you. So thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the compilations that were coming out this December. And this January, I'm going to be coming out with new stuff. So stay tuned for all of it. I hope you all have a great night. I'll see you next week. Later.